I wish I had bought that while I was still working. It's something I hear all the time from retired clients. And what they regret always reveals something deeper about the mindset shift that happens after retirement. Because most people don't realize it, but once you stop working, certain purchases become much harder to make. So in this video, I'm going to walk you through 10 smart things to buy before you retire in Canada. I'll start with the practical must-haves and move into the health and protection, and make sure to stick around for part 3, where I'll end off with what really matters in my opinion, which is joy, purpose, fun, and identity. And that is where the fun stuff happens, so don't miss it. Part 1, buy while you're still working. So these are purchases that are easier to finance or qualify for while you have employment income and good credit. First up is home renovation, repairs, or even a new mortgage. Big ticket upgrades like a new roof, high efficiency furnace, energy efficient windows, or accessibility modifications are much easier to finance before you retire. Banks are far more likely to approve renovation loans or contractor financing when you still have a steady employment income and a clean T4. And if you're thinking of downsizing or buying a vacation home, if you're not going to buy it outright, it's much easier to qualify for a new mortgage while you're still working. So whether it's a condo in the city, a cabin up north, or a snowbird escape in, say, Florida or Mexico, having employment income can make or break your approval, and retirement income usually doesn't carry the same weight. And here's a pro tip: you may also qualify for the Canada Greener Homes Loan, which offers up to $40,000 interest-free for eligible energy-efficient upgrades. It's a great way to save money and prep your home for retirement living. So check to see if you're qualified. Next up is a reliable vehicle. Replacing a car before you retire means locking in transportation for the next 10 to 15 years without the stress of surprise repairs or new monthly payments down the road. Financing is also much easier with income on paper, so to choose wisely, look for brands known for long-term reliability. Think things like Toyota, Honda, or Lexus, and check reviews from Consumer Reports or JD Power. And also factor in fuel, insurance, and maintenance costs. And here's a pro tip: if you go electric, you might qualify for federal EV rebates for up to $5,000, plus additional provincial incentives in places like Quebec or BC, which can add up to thousands in savings. Next up, while it's not really a purchase, but I want to really highlight credit. Now, while retiring doesn't erase your credit score, it does make it harder to qualify for new credit sometimes. And why is that? It's because lenders tend to focus on income, not just assets, and that tends to drop in retirement. So before you retire, it might be smart to, say, set up a personal line of credit or a home equity line of credit, otherwise known as a HELOC, for emergency access to funds. Also consider upgrading your credit cards to ones with better rewards, or travel perks if you're planning to travel lots in retirement, or say insurance coverage, many of which require proof of income. Consolidate or refinance any existing loans while you still have strong borrowing power as well. And you don't need to use the credit right away, but having it ready gives you more flexibility and financial breathing room in retirement. And if you want to save more on taxes in retirement, check out our free guide with 5 proven strategies to keep more of your money. Grab your free copy, a link is in the description. Now on to part 2, which is securing your health and legacy. So most Canadian retirees will lose a lot of their workplace benefits, and provincial healthcare doesn't cover much beyond the basics a lot of the time. So take a look first at dental work, because before you retire, you might want to make sure to tackle any major dental work you've been putting off. Things like crowns, implants, or bridges. These procedures can easily cost thousands of dollars, but most workplace benefit plans cover a large portion, often 50 to 90%. And once you retire, that coverage usually disappears. In Canada, provincial dental programs for seniors like Ontario's are either very limited or based on income, meaning many middle-income retirees don't qualify. So if you want to take advantage and avoid painful out-of-pocket bills later, take advantage of your group dental plan while it's still active. And if you're feeling really adventurous, I actually got some dental work done in Mexico at a fraction of the cost, and your insurance will cover most of it as well. So you could throw in a vacation along with some root canals at the same time if you're so inclined. Next is to lock in insurance while you're still healthy and younger. Some of the most important coverage gets harder and way more expensive to get once you retire. And it's not just about retirement, but it's also about aging and considering health deteriorating as you get older. So we're talking about things like life insurance, which you can structure to leave, say, a tax-free gift to your beneficiaries, cover final expenses, or to really plan out your estate. There's also critical illness insurance to protect your finances if you're diagnosed with a major illness. Also look at long-term care insurance to help cover home support or assisted living in your later years. And here's a bonus: if you plan to snowbird or retire abroad, look into travel or expat medical insurance. now, it's easier and cheaper to get approved while you're still working and in good health. So these types of coverage can bring some major peace of mind for both you and your family, but they're only affordable if you apply while you're still healthy and perhaps working. Once you retire or if your health changes, premiums can really skyrocket or you might be denied access to it altogether. Even a small policy can go a long way towards protecting your legacy and reducing future financial stress. So as an example, John was healthy, but he skipped getting life insurance and critical illness insurance at the age of 58. But unfortunately, he was diagnosed with the disease at 62, so he couldn't get coverage for either health or disability or critical illness. So it was very difficult for him to leave a legacy that he was hoping. And if you're not sure what you actually need, we help Canadians figure out their insurance needs as part of our holistic financial planning. So you can book a discovery call with us at Blueprint Financial, and we'll walk through what we might think is needed and what's not. Next up is health essentials you'll miss after retirement. Your workplace benefits likely cover a range of health-related items that provincial healthcare simply doesn't. And once you retire, that coverage usually ends. This can include smaller things like, say, prescription eyeglasses, which could range from a few $100s every couple of years, to hearing aids, which could be upwards of several $1,000s. You can also get massage therapy, physiotherapy, chiropractic care, and things like compression wear. These costs can add up fast in retirement, so use your benefits now while you still have them, even if that means updating glasses, getting fitted for hearing aids, or stocking up on eligible supplies. Now I want to talk about a really fascinating topic to me, especially since I started working more in the retirement space here, which is the psychology of spending in retirement. And here's something many Canadians don't expect. It can actually be hard to spend money in retirement. Now you spend your whole life working, saving, delaying gratification, and that mindset doesn't just flip off the day you stop earning a paycheck. In fact, it can get even worse and you could get even more frugal because now you're worried about running out of that pot of money. So what happens is many retirees continue to live frugally even when they've saved more than enough to fund the lifestyle that they want. They might worry even more about running out, about being a burden, about, say, the market crashing, and this fear can rob them of joy during the very stage of life they've worked so hard to build towards. And I see that almost as tragic, and that's why it's so powerful to make certain purchases before you retire, because it bypasses some of that emotional resistance. You're still in a structured income earning phase, so you can make purchase decisions with more confidence and not anxiety. And when you prepay or commit to certain things in advance that I'm going to show you next, it's almost like you're planting these seeds of joy that you'll actually harvest later on during your retirement. So let's talk about the fun part then. Part 3, which is enjoy your retirement, don't just survive it. Here are 3 areas that can greatly improve your joy of life in retirement. And this is probably the fair one on my list, which is to prepay some bucket list travel or experiences. So if you've ever dreamed of, say, that Mediterranean cruise or a trip to Bora Bora, start planning and put a deposit down now. Because once you retire, it's easy to say, I'll do it next year, but life can get in the way. And when you're retired, health can change very, very quickly, as well as family needs or even just increased fear of spending. So prepaying or booking a big experience makes it more tangible and real, locks in those prices, and gives you something incredible to look forward to. And travel can just be the start. Maybe it's an experience like a hot air balloon ride over Cappadocia in Turkey, or a helicopter tour over the Rockies or Niagara Falls. You could also dine at that Michelin star restaurant you've always dreamed of. And these once-in-a-lifetime experiences aren't just about spending, they're about celebrating your retirement, your freedom, making memories, and living well. So go ahead, book that trip or experience now and start your first year of retirement with something unforgettable. Next is hobby and fitness. Now this is the time to invest in your passions, things like a new guitar, say a pottery wheel, woodworking tools, or maybe an e-bike. Or maybe you could be trying a new hobby like my recent obsession of pickleball and signing up for some one-on-one pickleball lessons or a yoga class you've always wanted to join. These aren't luxuries, they're investments in your physical and mental health. And Canadians who stay active and engaged tend to live longer, report better moods, and feel a stronger sense of purpose. And buying this gear before you retire helps build that structure and enjoyment into your new lifestyle so you're not stuck wondering what to do with your time. Next is home comfort upgrades. Now, retirement generally means spending more time at home, so make it a place you love. Small upgrades like some ergonomic chairs, a new mattress, some smart home tech, or even some maybe weekly home cleaning services can dramatically improve your day-to-day happiness. So don't wait until your back is sore or you're frustrated with outdated appliances. A few comfort-focused purchases now can make your space much more relaxing, functional, and enjoyable for years to come. You've really earned it, so set yourself up to actually enjoy it. And next is to give a gift to yourself. You've worked hard your entire life, you've saved, sacrificed, put up with annoying bosses and coworkers, and you've done the responsible thing, probably more than most. So before you retire, give yourself something meaningful, something you can wrap up, set aside, and open when the time is right. And what that can mean to you could be extremely different for each individual, but here are some ideas to get started. Maybe a nice watch to mark your new chapter, a leather-bound journal to document your retirement journey, a high-end camera to capture new memories and the next phase of your life, or maybe a framed piece of art that inspires peace, joy, or say wanderlust. Wrap it up, put it in a box, and if you really want to make it special, write a short note to your future self, something like, "You made it. Take a breath, now go enjoy your freedom." This isn't just a purchase, it's a moment. A small ceremony that says, "You've earned this." Retirement isn't just about freedom, it's about setting yourself up to enjoy it fully. Because freedom without purpose can lead down a dark road as well, which I have noted from some of our clients. You need something in retirement to keep you preoccupied. So the right purchases before you stop working can add years of comfort, confidence, and joy to your next chapter. And if you want help making your retirement plan bulletproof, head over to Blueprint Financial, our website, and don't forget to subscribe and like this video if this helped. YouTube's picked out another video it thinks you'll find helpful, so go ahead and check it out on the screen here.